In this lesson, we'll cover match lines. So you may be asking, well, what is a match line and where is it used? Well, match lines are basically sketch lines. They're used to show where you're splitting a large model into separate views to display on your drawing sheets. So, for example, looking at the model that I have on my screen right now, it's a fairly large building. And more than likely, to show the detail, I won't be able to fit this entire building on a sheet. It'd just be too small. So therefore, what I would like to do is split this maybe into 3 parts or 3 pieces. But I need to indicate where the building is split and how it matches the other elements that are split. So looking at the plan now, I have 2 match lines. And I'm going to move my mouse over those match lines. So I can see the match lines here that I clicked on in magenta and color now since I'm in edit mode, split the building or show the building where the split will occur for the separate views that I would create to show on the actual sheet. Now the views could be a duplicated view or they can be a dependent view, totally depend upon what your end result is. But really what you're doing is you're cropping the area of the upper portion and the lower portion to split this into 3. To see this on the sheet, I'm going to navigate down to Sheets in my project browser, and then I'm going to double click on the E301 North Level 1 lighting plan sheet. What this will do is show me in the upper left that cropped area of the lighting plan displaying the actual match line. So this is an example of how the match line is actually used. Now, to create the match line, we'll first go back to the plan where we were previously at. So let's close this sheet. Just click the X in the upper right of the view, that is. And we'll go back to the view for the sheet. If you're not sure where we're at or the view we were on, the view was called Level 1-Lighting Plan underneath Floor Plan Electrical. Now, to create a match line, let's go to the View tab on your ribbon. And then in the Sheet Composition area, you're going to have a little icon to the right of that panel called Match Line. When you click the match line command, you're immediately thrown into sketch mode. And you have 2 options to either draw match lines or to select existing lines to make into a match line. If I say line or select line, I can start to draw where I want my match line. And for example, maybe I want to split this wing on the bottom, the very end of it, just to show a portion of it. Well, I'll click and then I'll start dragging my mouse to draw the match line, and then click again to complete the match line length. Lastly, just click the green check mark on the ribbon to draw the match line. And now that match line is drawn, and what I can do from here is create additional views and use the view crop as a border on the match line. So as a review, what we covered in this lesson were match lines. We discussed what are match lines. Match lines are imaginary lines that you create to define where you break a large model into pieces to view separately on sheets. We also looked at an example of a match line in use within a plan view, seeing the match line, and then seeing the match line depicted in a crop view on a sheet. And lastly, we looked at creating match lines using the match line tool on the View tab of the ribbon.